What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. I'm back. God damn it, it feels good to be back. So, for those of y'all who might have been wondering, and if you were, hey, that means you care about me. Thank you. My heart is warmed. But for those of y'all who were wondering, I was out on my honeymoon. So that's why I hadn't recorded in about a week. I made sure before I left, though, to drop like 5 videos in one day for y'all. So at least y'all had something to watch while I was gone. So no more beating around the bush, no more talking about my personal life, although I will have a story time coming out soon about what happened on the honeymoon, because I think it's decently, relevant to the channel. Of course, something relevant to my channel has to happen on the honeymoon. But no more beating around the bush. We're getting right into it. Y'all read the title. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Let's talk about it. My opinions on small of the back carry. So, my problem, all right, with this is that, one, beyond the fact that saying small of the back carry is just a fucking mouthful, all right, I believe the entire concept genuinely, like 100%, was a genuine idea that people had because they saw it in movies. So, I'm going to go into some pros and cons about small of the back carry, whether or not it might be for you or not. Let's get into it, right? Ah, shit. I already started. All right, so let's start it right now. Finally got my drink open, you know what I'm saying? Pros. There are not a lot of pros. I will start that off, guys. There are not a ton of pros. Why is that? You tell me. I don't know what to tell you. When there's not a lot of pros to something, it usually means it's not that great. So, I'm just prefacing that. I'm just prefacing that. Now, one of the bigger pros is that it is very concealable when someone is looking at you from a straight-on perspective or a straight-on view. Meaning, if I stand up right now, let me move this chair. If I stand up right now and I'm carrying in the small of my back here, y'all would have no way of knowing whether or not I'm carrying just by looking at me. No way of knowing. It is super concealable from a front perspective. That is simply it. From the view of being directly in front of you, it is obviously very concealable. Now, that's really it. All right. It's not a super safe method. Excuse me. Speaking of safety, one more pro is if there is a negligent discharge, you're not going to be shooting your fucking femoral. You just run a risk of fucking up your spine too. Who knows? Yeah, you run a risk of fucking up your shitter. Who knows? But, regardless, each pro has its con, as you can see, guys. Now, on to the cons, all right? It is less accessible, all right? Being less accessible is already an issue itself, all right? I don't know about you guys. I've openly stated how I carry. I'm a strong side carry person. That might change soon to appendix. I'm not sure. Depends on what gun. Depends on a lot of things, as you guys can imagine. You guys know what goes into carrying. But as of the moment, I am a strong side carry man, all right? That's already not as accessible as appendix carry. Because appendix carry, you see what I mean? Just like that. Strong side, you have to, sit there and get it to, whatever. We're not talking about strong side or appendix, all right? We're talking about small of the back. Small of the back is less accessible than strong side carry is. What does that tell you? Now, strong side is accessible, but small of the back is really not as accessible. You have to be standing or sitting to, for this to happen. Meaning, you can't be engaged in a fight. All right, because here's the thing. I hate to break this to you guys. If you're engaged in a fight with small of the back carry and you get knocked on the ground, I've been in a lot of fucking fights, guys. I can tell you right now, most of the time when someone's on the ground during a fight, what's coming next is either them getting on top of you to keep hitting you, or they're going to start kicking you. That's how it works. That's just how it works. There's no other way around it. Most people honestly don't have the decency to know when a fight ends, which I was taught at least when you throw, when the man is on the ground, the fight ends. But who knows? Whatever, right? The majority of times where you're going to need to defend yourself, you're worried about life, death, or fucking extreme bodily harm. There we are. Couldn't think of the words for some reason. So, with that being the case, if someone's on top of you kicking the shit out of you, or if you're on the ground and someone's just booting you to the fucking face, what are your chances of gonna, be able to reach around behind your back, lift your shirt up, pull your gun out, and then get it into the fight? That's a very small chance. It's not as accessible. Now, on top of not as accessible, this one really pisses me off because no matter what, this is something that can happen in any position of carry. Any. Now, and I've seen it happen in any position of carry. But I've seen it a lot more with this position, which is small of the back. Theft. I've seen countless videos where people are just bending over, oh, their gun's flashing because their shirt lifted up a little bit. Person behind them, snatch, run. You just got your gun stolen from you. There's nothing you can do now. You see what I mean? I have seen way too many situations where that has happened. I've seen a video where somebody was in the middle of a fight. They went to reach for their gun on the appendix carrying. They went to reach for their gun. The fucking guy on top of them was able to fucking take their gun off them first, pistol whip them with it before shooting them. You see what I mean? I've seen fucked up videos. Your gun can get taken in any form of carry. So let's clarify this right now. Your gun can get taken from you no matter how you carry. Why would you want to put it behind you to where you're not going to be able to really even see anything happening? You're not, like, at least with, side carry, appendix carry, you can see, the threat either coming up to take it. You have peripherals to see to your side. Ready for this? Where my hand is pointing right now, I can see while still looking right here. I'm looking right at you guys. I can still see my hand. So you don't have eyes behind your head. Everybody loves to make the joke, oh yeah, my head is on a swivel. I got eyes behind my head, whatever. They love to say that, but in all reality, obviously, we don't. We can't see what's going on behind us. The only way I can see the wall behind me right now is because of the fucking camera. So you see what I mean here? People have to understand that you can't see behind you. Why would you want to place a tool to defend your life behind you where someone can just snatch it? Someone can just take it. And I'm sorry, I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, well, why would you go to an area where someone can take your gun? And I hear that. I hear you there. But you never know when someone, has that ill intention in their heart. You can just be at a gas station trying to get some snacks or something. Now, granted, you might be at the wrong gas station, but that's besides the point. The point of the matter is simply that with how easy it is okay, look, let me put it like this. With how little access to it the actual owner of the gun has compared to how much access other people can have to it with this position of carry is real disproportion, in my opinion. Because I'm sorry, truth of the matter is that a lot of these other forms of carry, you can at least try to fight off your attacker and then get your gun out before it gets stolen from you. Small of the back, you really can't. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there and have your fucking hands on your ass looking real weird. You're looking like you're trying to hold in a big shit. You're looking like you just had a ton of Taco Bell and it's about to fuck up your toilet, my boy. You see the problem here? It doesn't make sense with how easy it is to steal from people who are carrying small of the back. That's it. It is super easy to steal. That's all it is. All you have to do is just not be paying attention, be on your phone. You can just be returning a text. You bend over to grab something that you dropped. It doesn't matter. It's a lot easier to steal the gun off somebody who is carrying with in the small of their back. See, as I said, it's a fucking mouthful just to say that. Now, obviously, people stealing the gun off your body, obviously, you not having as much access to it, are much bigger concerns than what I'm about to say next, which is why I stated those two first. All right. My final con, all right, and I'm sure there are a lot more, but my final con for small of the back carry is simply that it's not comfortable. All right. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I got hurt a lot. All right. I was a young boy, being raised in Florida. Injuries were bound to happen. Okay. I don't know if you guys didn't know that, but injuries were bound to happen. All right. Have any of y'all ever actually fallen flat on your fucking ass on something hard? Like with some actual force? What happens? Your tailbone gets hit. That shit fucking hurts. That shit hurts like hell. So, and that's with nothing on your person. That is with nothing on you. That shit hurts like hell. All right. Anything on my back doesn't feel comfortable. My back is not used to carrying shit or having shit strapped to it. Now, granted, no part of your body is really used to carrying or having shit strapped to it, but the small of your back in particular is not. Not to mention, with just how the human body is designed itself, it's not really the most comfortable option anyways. Your back is never 100% straight. Most people's backs are not straight. They go on a curve in a sense. Not like their spine is curved, but more so that their body is not going to be a straight line. So the small of the back carry already itself is going to be uncomfortable. To have a good Kydex holster with it is going to make it a lot worse. Now imagine you're in the middle of a situation and bam, you bust your ass. And it sucks to say, no one wants to think like this. No one wants to be like, oh yeah, why would I want to think of me busting my ass in a situation? But it happens. It does. We have to be in an objective real world here. So, as I was saying, you bust your ass, right? You have an entire gun in the small of your fucking back. One, if it's a P320, you're probably fucked. All right. As soon as you fall, you're probably going to shoot yourself. But regardless, let's say you listen to me and you're smart enough to not get a P320, right? Fucking bitch. Sorry, I was rudely interrupted by my dog. I don't know if y'all can hear. But as I was saying, let's say you're smart enough to listen to me and not get a P320. You still bust your ass while you're carrying in the small of your back. How badly do you think that's going to fuck up your back? I'm sorry, but let's be realistic here. All right. I don't think falling on usually a chunk of metal and plastic, all right, one that has ammo in it too. I'd feel even more skeptic just about that. But sitting there trusting that and just, oh my God, feeling that pain on the fucking spine has to be intense. It really does. I'm sorry, but I don't know about y'all. My spine isn't exactly my strongest point either. You know what I mean? My back isn't my strongest point. Things fucking hurt. And falling on your gun itself is going to really fucking hurt, guys. All right? So falling on it on your back where, your spine, your tailbone, a lot of important shit it's really going to fuck it up. There's a good chance that you can fuck up your back that way. And sometimes you might fuck it up permanently. So with that being said, that's, two pros. The two pros are, they're iffy, because one of them is strictly based off how you're looking, right? How you're looking at it, right? If you're looking at somebody straight ahead, then yeah, it's going to be a bit more concealable, or at least from that perspective. Actually, did I do two pros or was it one? I don't know. Whatever. Regardless, one or two pros. The pros do not outweigh the cons in any standard. So, I'll be honest, do I think it's right for a majority of y'all? No. Do I think that there's a possibility that some people it might be right for? Yeah, sure. Where do I think the concept of small the back carry became popular? Probably movies and TV shows, because that's what we would see people do. Is they would just they sitting there, gun pointed at somebody. You better not say shit about what you saw. And then they run away. Some shit like that. So That's honestly where I believe small of the back carry really kind of gained its traction. I could be mistaken, who knows? But I don't think it's the most optimal form of carry, let alone for nowadays and how people are nowadays. With that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And because you agree with me, small of the back carry, while, as I said, might be useful for some. Might is the key word there. Definitely not useful for the most of us, even if all of us. Go ahead and make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.